There we go, another day out on the Texas City Dike. You'll notice these cones on the right hand side as I'm pulling in here. If you show up and those cones are down the center of the road and there's a little shack here by this other group of cones in the road here, you're going to be paying $5 if you're not a local resident. Right here, you see those cones? There'll be a little shack that they actually bring out and set there, and they'll charge you $5. Now that usually happens on weekends during the summer months and any holidays that are happening. They usually put that shack out there, and it's $5 to get onto the dike. Now that's like from 6 in the morning to 8 at night. If you get on before or after that, you're good. It's free. Anytime during the week, it's free. That's one of the reasons I like the dike. It's got good fishing. It is a little bit pressured, so there is, sometimes it's a challenge, but it's got decent fishing, and it's free if you get out there during the non-paid times. And $5 really isn't, that's not horrible if I want to go on a Friday or Saturday and just want to go during the times that the shack is there. So even up till, even today, even right now, if I went fishing down here on the dike, as I do this pull-in right here, I always got butterflies when I see cars, because it's always, who's out there, am I going to get my spot that I've been thinking about fishing that morning? And sometimes I want to fish this left side I'm on now, and sometimes I want to fish the right side. There's various reasons to fish both. There's some really good cuts over on the right side that are normally hold some pretty good fish, and if I want to cast a certain way or have a certain setup, and there's certain pole holders that aren't on this side that are on the other side. So it's one of those where you you just show up and you just try and see what's going on, and you never know. So I got out there today, and it really wasn't too bad. There was a little family of people right here, but usually people with small kids aren't, they're not long lasters, because the kids get a little tired of fishing before mom and dad. So they took off, and I kind of scooted into this spot, and I've been here for a couple hours casting, and you see the big rods out there. Of course, I've got big rods expecting big fish, and the pole I'm using right now is just my bait pole. I'm just trying to catch some bait, man. That's all I'm trying to do. I got a little number 10 hook with a piece of squid on it, just like always, just trying to catch some whiting, some croaker for, cut bait for redfish or shark or whatever will be passing by. And lo and behold, on the smallest rod I have, not really, the best rod. It's fun, that light tackle catch is always fun, but so here's a couple of guys that are over on the dock on the right side. And as I'm pulling it in, they're asking me, what is it? And I said, oh, by the shakes and by the way it's acting, it's most likely a catfish. So they came over and helped me get it in and pull this big guy up. I mean, this isn't the biggest one, but this is in the bigger size that you'll catch out there. It's not the biggest one I've ever caught out there, but it's not a small one either. Let's get this guy unhooked here and pass it along. I don't eat these things. These guys seem to want it, so they can have it. And I just couldn't believe it. I'm looking at my hook, thinking, I shake my head there. I'm like, yeah, really? So here's a little fast motion rehook time lapse. Best thing to do when you're fishing pier fishing or beach fishing, doesn't matter really. When you rebait one pole, if they're all kind of out in the same area, if you're doing different distances, you definitely want to use this technique. But if you're doing all in the same rough area, you want to bring them all in, rebait them, and get them all back out in roughly the same time frame, because that puts, instead of one bait being refreshed out there, you get 3 baits sitting out there all nice and fresh and bloody, and you'll track something in and hopefully it'll hit one of those. But this was a tough fishing day, I'm telling you. I did not catch much bait fish. I only caught that one catfish there. It was just a tough day. Of course, then I catch this stupid thing. If you're ever out here and you're fishing the beach side of the dike and you get caught really bad, if you're anywhere near this pier, it's the only T pier on the thing. This is a brown eel that I caught here. These things will kill your leaders, and they bury in when they get hooked. So if you feel like you're snagged up, just give it a good heavy pressure for about 3 to 5 seconds. Release, pull back on that pressure, release, pull back on that pressure. Eventually they'll let go of their hole and they'll come free. But if you're over on this beach side, anywhere near this T-dock, I know that there's nothing out there. I've been fishing here for years. There's no snags, there's no trees, there's no rocks out there. I've never gotten snagged on anything but those stupid brown eels. So if you ever get snagged up out there, I mean, it's a possibility, I guess. There could be something out there, but it's very rare, and I've never done it. Every time I've ever felt snagged, I give it some pressure, let it go, pressure, let it go, and it ends up being one of those brown eels. Now, yes, they are great for bait, but guess what they catch? Catfish. And I know most of my Texas City Dike fishing adventures, all you see me pull in is catfish, but that's not what I'm fishing for. So here you can see I'm packing up, getting ready to go. Nothing biting. It's later in the day. I got things to do. You can see I'm starting to put the poles away, put everything on the cart, take the tackle down off it, the terminal tackle, and put it away in the tackle box and tackle bag, put away the chair, and get everything ready to go. So, you know, put the bag, put the, this has got my cast net and various leaders and stuff, and then you just do a quick bungee, get everything cinched down, and you can just roll it up to the car. Instead of, see all the stuff I bring, all the little coolers, all the, you know, tackle box, bag, everything I bring would be 2, maybe 3 trips walking it down. So this pier's not that long, really isn't that big of a deal to do something like that, but when I go out on these longer piers like the jetties and the big long piers, that cart has been a lifesaver. So headed home, not defeated. I caught a fish, caught a eel, you know, wasn't a complete skunk day, but just not what I was looking for. So headed out and come back another day. I will definitely return, I always do. So sad. I no longer have this Durango. It got into an accident and was totaled. So sad. This was, I had the packing down to a science. Everything fit perfect. And insurance company just said the damages were too much and they weren't gonna cover it. They wanted to total the car. It was a sad, sad day. I no longer own this Durango.